Hey everybody out there in Hot Rod Land, it's Phil coming to you from Carcraft Classics. Once again, spotlighting a new piece of inventory we have. A beautiful 1970 El Camino to show you here. Before we get started with the details on that car, just want to let everybody know who may be watching one of our videos for the first time, this is Carcraft Classics. We're located here in Cumming, Georgia, about 30 miles north of Atlanta. The address is 321 Canton Road here in Cumming. 30040. Shop number is 470-239-4977. My cell is 770-317-1415. We can be reached via email at carcraftclassics@gmail.com. Again, that's carcraftclassics@gmail.com. Be sure to visit us on the web at carcraftclassics.com. And while you're watching the video, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love a thumbs up, maybe a subscribe to our channel. Really helps small businesses like mine. You want to just click that button below in the YouTube. I really appreciate it. So anyway, picked this car up in Tennessee. I'm a big El Camino fan. For those of you who aren't, I feel for you. These are very unique cars. They were well-built cars. And this is maybe the most popular year of all. This is a 1970. Now, some could argue 67, 66. Everybody has their preferences for the most popular, but with this, you know, being a 1 year only, the dual side-by-side headlights up front, that front end on both the El Camino and the Chevelle are super, super popular and sought after. While this isn't a $100,000 car, it is in really, really, really good condition. And because of the year, because of the color, because of the uniqueness of the El Camino itself, I would put this in like an investment grade category. Not that you couldn't drive it and enjoy it, you certainly can, but there's just not many of them running around. And the value in this car will just continue to climb as time goes by. Saw it, had to have it, ended up buying it from a guy who owns a restoration company. And those are always good guys to buy from because, you know, when they go out and buy things, they do quite a thorough inspection of the vehicle, and they really know their you know, trouble spots and things to look for on all vehicles. So if it passed their inspection, it's always a good thing for me and my customers. So I rushed right up to Tennessee and bought this. I guess I've had it a couple months, maybe a month and a half, something like that. But I'm absolutely in love with it. We really don't want to sell it, but it is what we do here at Carcraft Classics. So we're gonna put it out there for sale. So again, it's a 70, absolutely pin straight. It's like a Viper red paint job. It could be Victory red because it is a Chevrolet, but it's a bright red for sure. It's got the black racing stripes. We'll show you that in a minute when I pull the hood down. But body is completely rust free. We'll get up underneath and get you pictures of the undercarriage where I don't expect to find any rust there either. Just in really, really, really good shape. It's got a nice set of staggered 18-inch wheels on it. But before we get into all those details, let's take a look under the hood, or in the jewelry box, as I like to say. It's got a nice, clean, straight core support. And this is always something you want to look at on these classic cars, because if they've ever been in a wreck, there will be some evidence of front end damage here, which this car has none of. Looks like a fairly new battery. The paint is definitely not original, and you can see that the car was taken apart when it was painted. No overspray, no tape marks, things like that. You can see it was disassembled. We've got a nice, healthy little small block. Took this for a nice, thorough test drive when I bought it and had the time of my life. It's got a nice 4-barrel carb, an aftermarket aluminum intake manifold, polished. A nice set of cool hot rod valve covers. Nice set of headers. And again, it's a 350 small block. The fuel pump and fuel filter down there. Lower radiator hose looks old, but it's not leaking. Looks like some overspray on that hose down there. I'll have to get that cleaned up. Anyway, power steering, power brakes, and boy, are those brakes sensitive. It's drum brakes all the way around on this car from the factory, but man, they are like super sensitive. They are very good brakes. See a dual master cylinder and the booster. Like I said, they are power brakes. Power steering, as I mentioned. Car runs and drives very, very nicely. Got the old style fan shroud. Paint under the hood is nice as well. Just a beautiful presentation in here. Does not have air. We could have air put on. It's somewhere between 26 and 2,600 bucks and 3,000 by the time you're done, depending on the vehicle and where, what air kit that you buy. We like vintage air and classic auto air, but that's just an unmistakable front end. For anybody who knows anything about hot rods, they know the 70 model. The 70 models are really, really sought after. Everybody loves that front end, and again, it's a one-year only design. I'm not sure why GM did that, but they did. Again, these are American Racing torque thrust wheels. They're the polished, staggered 18-inch. I suspect they're 8 inches in front and 9.5 in the rear. Gives the car a nice little bit of a rake, a nice hot rod look, stance. Really, really nice. It does say SS on the badge. I doubt this car is a real SS. I have no paperwork to support that. And on the El Caminos, just like the Chevelles, you really need a build sheet to prove it, and I don't have that. I was told it was an SS. I'm not buying it. Not that I really care. I believe in 1970 the Super Sport only came with a big block, and of course this has a small block. It's possible it was changed and this is a real Super Sport, but it just really doesn't matter to me. But it's badged in some regards like an SS. You see the tailgate molding here. And man, she is clean. Let me pull this tailgate down. This little spot here, both on the cars and the trucks, is a trouble spot for rust. But you can see this thing has no rust, evidence of rust anywhere down there in that little well area between the tailgate and the bed floor. Also, the floor in this El Camino is in great shape as well. Don't want to pull the whole mat up, but it's basically all like that. Great rust-free condition. Inner wheel wells are in great shape. Let's get this tailgate up. Let's see here. Give you a look at these wheel wells. Super clean inside the bed here. Molding is all there. I'd say about 85% of it is in great shape. I found one piece over there that looks like it's got a little bit of pitting. I'll show that to you in just a moment. But overall, just like the body panels, the molding is in excellent shape. The bright work, the trim, whatever you want to call it. Bumpers are in excellent shape. There's that bright work. Back glass is in great shape as well. Still getting to learn how to use this little gimbal thing here. It holds my camera while I'm shooting these videos, so you have to excuse me. Yeah, super sweet presentation with the red and the black racing stripes. Just an iconic color combination, an iconic Chevrolet model vehicle. The 70 El Camino, supposedly Super Sport. Just love it. Just love it. I don't see any blistering. I don't see any flaking off. Car's not full of orange peel. I would put the paint somewhere between, maybe an 8 and an 8.5. You can see it wasn't done yesterday. Hopefully that'll show on the camera. There's a few nicks and scratches. The prior owner, Don, he did drive this vehicle. When I went to pick it up at his shop, it was at his home. He had to go home and get it. It was his personal vehicle that he used for shows. So it has been driven. It wasn't painted yesterday. but I don't see any flaws or anything that needs to be addressed the day you get it. Again, no blistering, no flaking off, no cracking. I don't see orange peel all over the place. As a matter of fact, I don't see any orange peel. There's more of that bright work. You see that the mirrors are in great shape. Little vent windows are in excellent shape. So, one of the other great things, take a look at that dash pad's in excellent shape as well. One of the other great things about the drivetrain in this vehicle, I believe it's got a 10 bolt in it. I told you already about the 350. But the big treat is she's got a 4-speed manual transmission. I suspect it's a Muncie. Before we get into the interior and fire it up, again, sorry to be redundant, but wanted to mention again that the bright work was in good shape, and that one pitted piece, I want to show that to you over here. Going up here, very nice, very nice. This corner piece right here is where I saw the pitting. I guess that can probably be redone, but it'd probably be easier and cheaper just to buy that corner piece from someone like Eckler's or an El Camino supply house. But I think that's the only piece that's, you know, really sticking out, is not matching up with the car as far as quality, because it's a really nice car. All the bright work's good, except that one little piece there. All right, let's take a peek inside at this beautiful interior. Doors open and close great, nice and solid. As I've mentioned on some of my other videos, let's see here if we can get that door to stay open. One of the spots you want to check when you're inspecting these old cars is the bottoms of the doors. You can see a spot right there, the corner where you should have the factory folds, where the outer door skin folds over the inner. They tend to rust there in that spot, and if there's going to be any rust in the door, you'll see it there. Door panel is in great shape. Let's see here. The rocker, no evidence of rust or replacement. Looks like this might have been an original red car, and it just painted it over. But anyway, nice red interior. She is a beauty. Now, she's got buckets and a console now, but I can see at one point there was no console in here, because if you look, let's see, you can get this down here. If you look there, you can see where the shifter boot was showing. There was no console, and the original setup probably was that it either had a bench seat with a 4-speed, or possibly, you know, an automatic that was swapped out for a 4-speed at some point. But you can see whoever buys this car will have the choice. They can keep the middle console with the buckets, which I suspect most people would do, and maybe pull it out, take off that boot, replace the carpet, I would personally, and then put the middle console back so you don't have the shifter boot set up underneath the middle console. Or, you know, just take the console out and you have your little shifter boot, and it's attached right to the trans tunnel. You know, you can go either way. But again, it does have a 4-speed, and that's an awesome thing. You've heard me say on some of my other videos that one of my pet peeves is the dashboard, especially the bezel on these cars. They tend to get all cloudy and they just look terrible. But you can see this one has the nice, cool red matching Comfort Grip Chevrolet steering wheel. And here's the dash in great shape, not all cloudy or yellowed out. It's showing 57,000 miles. I don't know if that's 157. I really don't care, to be honest. This car is in such great shape. Didn't matter what that said there. All right, here we continue looking at the bezel from left to right. Again, door panels in great shape. Don, when he sold me the car, he made a big deal about these mats. To me, they look worn out and beat up, but evidently it's a real Chevrolet original mat. So those will come with the car. Here's another look at that dash pad, which is also in excellent shape. Just a cool car. Let me see here. Let me show you the headliner, which is also in good shape. You can see that the interior light does work. Little storage area. Some speakers. There we go. Looks like a fairly new carpet kit in this car. Let's fire this sucker up. Got a little cam in it. Well, it's got, a few things to address. As I mentioned, it's not a super high-end perfect car, but it's definitely at the top level of the driver quality range, I would say. I talked to you about the shifter. What else do we have? I think one of the window crank handles needs a clip. It's got a few little things, but it is turnkey ready to drive right now. Some people would argue it has to have air. If you want air, they add that to your list, but we've got a turnkey ready, in my opinion, investment grade 1970 El Camino. 350, 4-speed manual transmission, red exterior, red interior, bad to the bone. It's got a wicked little idle, nice little bump from that cam. Headers and 2.5-inch exhaust going out the back. She sounds awesome. And what a ball to drive this thing, man. It's fun. Got the Cal induction hood on it. She is sweet. Absolutely love it. Those American Racing wheels are the perfect wheels for this car. I know that they're popular and a lot of people have them, but man, they fit this car perfectly. All right, so that's it. That's our El Camino 4-speed small block. Red with black racing stripes, 1970 model. Little cam, beautiful paint, rust free, ready to go. All right, so let's see. Before any customization, we try to do light customization here. It's getting harder and harder to do, but if you want us to do anything like the Air, the price would go up. But as is, we are asking, let's see, $35,900 for this car. $35,900 for this vehicle. This classic 1970 El Camino. All right. Now, as you've heard me mention on prior videos, we can help with financing. We partnered with JJ Best Bank, which has got them financed. Another customer financed this week on a C10 pickup truck. That's not a problem. Let us know if you need that help. We'll connect you with our rep, Matt Dubay, and he'll be glad to help you out. He can get you approved right over the phone and complete the transaction via mail. We can also deliver. Just this morning, we sent a truck down to Texas. So just let us know if you need help with either one of those things, delivery or financing. All right, again, the asking price is $35,900. My name is Phil. My number is 770-317-1415. I want to thank you very much for watching this video, subscribing to our channel, and giving us a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. I want you to have a great day. Be safe. God bless America.